let's talk Yankees Indians, because this is just simplifying things too much with Yankees Indians, but I saw the first 5 at 3.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I was like, come on. Come on. And I pulled the trigger. I got over 3 at minus 115. First 5 right now at 3.5, or excuse me, at 3 is now gone to minus 130. So that first 5 over 3 is minus 130 at Bet365. I just 3. You give me a 3, and it's not like the weather's bad and the wind's 7 miles per hour. It's sideways, but it is blowing sort of out sideways out to right. It's 61 Fahrenheit. Garrett Cole versus Shane Bieber. Cole 7-3, 2.84 ERA, 0.96 WHIP, 73 innings, 94 K, 17 walks. Certainly came on, especially when Sanchez wasn't catching him. So Higashioka will be behind the plate. He's got a 1 ERA in the 4 starts with Higashioka. This Indians team had a few things rolling for them this year. One, that Shane Bieber was spectacular out of the gate. Jose Ramirez was an MVP, especially in the second half of the year. Clear MVP in the second half of the year. If either Shane Bieber or Jose Ramirez was the MVP, they should probably go 1-2 in the American League in voting. Then you have Sandy Alomar take over the team when, Tito goes down with this gastrointestinal issues, and he just kind of embodies what this team is. They're having fun out there. They're winning baseball games. Let's take a look at the numbers here and have Ant give us a breakdown, and then I'll go over some more stats here. Cole Bieber. Bet365 opened this as a pick'em, 5-cent move towards the Indians. This total at 6.5. There's been a 5-cent move to the over. So it opened under 6.5 at minus 120. It's now under 6.5 at minus 115. Take it away, Ant. Yankees, Indians.
Let me see. You said how much of a cent move?
Sorry?
Oh, all right. Sorry, you said 5-cent move toward the Indians. I thought this was moved towards the Yankees. But anyway, so we got fake Justin Bieber up against Garrett Cole. And fake Justin Bieber has been the best pitcher in all of baseball this year. 163 ERA, 207 FIP. 204 xFIP, 41% K rate. Now, I don't think you can get better than a 41% K rate. That's like literally the best I've ever seen. And he's going up against Garrett Cole where, how many times can you say Garrett Cole's not going to be the best starting pitcher in this game? Garrett Cole's one of the 3 best starting pitchers in baseball. He got a $300 million contract for a reason. 284 ERA. And that's with him having a rough start to the season. He was still able to come back and become more like Cole. 32% K rate for Garrett Cole. That's amazing, except Bieber's got 41% K rate. And then you look at the bullpens, which I handicapped the bullpens, but the problem is I don't think we will see that much of the bullpens in this game. The Indians have a substantial bullpen advantage over the Yankees here. 3.53 ERA, 3.39 FIP. They ended the year with a 3.4 pitcher WAR out of their bullpen. And the Yankees, 351 ERA, 367 FIP, and a 0.7 pitchers WAR out of their bullpen. And here's another number that's kind of crazy. The Yankees are averaging a full batter more walked per 9 innings out of their bullpen than the Indians. So you have a substantially better bullpen for the Indians. You have a better starting pitcher, which is kind of crazy to say because the Yankees are throwing Cole out there. But you got a better starting pitcher with Bieber. The only thing that worries me is the Indians lineup has not been very good this year. The Indians offense has been dormant all season, but yet they still made the playoffs, just sailed right into the playoffs. And that's because their pitching staff is the best in the league. They have the best rotation and they had the best bullpen. They traded away Clevenger. Didn't matter. Right here, I'm worried about betting a total in this game because you're looking at a 6.5, and I have about 6.3 runs projected in this game. Whenever I get totals that are this low, when you start getting to those 6.5 totals, I usually just stay off because that generally means, the game is going to be like a 3-2, 4-1 type of game. But this is a game I do have a bet on it, and I like this game on the side, and I'm on the Indians at minus 105. I believe you have a much better opportunity for a shutout coming from Shane Bieber, followed by you get 7 innings out of Bieber, you get a couple innings out of that bullpen. Honestly, if the Indians get 2-3 runs in this game, that's it. Game over. I mean, I could definitely see this being a 3-1 Indians final here. Now, granted, the Garrett Cole could easily shut down this Indians team, but I look at this. I don't see this game necessarily as a coin flip. I think the Indians should be about -125, and I'm getting -105. That's 20 cents of value to me here. So I like it. And also, you got to factor in, too, we have people going Yankees all day, New York, New York. What happens every time the Yankees play is you see everyone on the Yankees. And what have I told you? We call it the Yankees tax for a reason. There's never value betting the Yankees money line. I bet the Yankees money line over the course of a 162-game season maybe 4 times. I mean, I literally could next year I'll challenge myself not to bet on the Yankees one time. See if I can go the entire season. I'll probably easily do that. Like, 'cause you just never have value in the Yankees money lines.
Well, I completely understand the breakdown. Blitz W says Indians could win series, but Yanks with Cole. I'm on it after Cole. It gets shaky for Yankees pitchers. Jojo Rich says, yeah, I agree. Great breakdown. Going to be a great game today. This Yankees team is healthy for the first time all year, and LeMahieu and Voit stepped up in an enormous way. If they get 3/4 of what we were expecting from Judge and Stanton, do you think that does the fact the Yankees are getting healthy concern you at all?
No. So Shane, when you have a guy like Shane Bieber, it doesn't matter what the lineup is. I mean, Shane Bieber right now, the year he's having, and what we saw from him last year, it's not that surprising that he's turned out to be one of the top pitchers in the league because he's only 25. We saw him last year do great things. When you have a starting pitcher like this, it doesn't matter what your lineup is. He's just going to go out there and shut you down. That's what happens with these elite level starting pitchers. It's like Max Scherzer back a few years ago, when Max Scherzer was just shutting everyone down, winning like 3 out of 4 Cy Youngs. It's like, Nolan Ryan back in the day, I guess. I don't know. I'm not old enough to remember Nolan Ryan, but I'll throw that out for all the old hats watching. It's when you get starting pitchers like this, the lineups don't really matter because he's just going to shut them down. Like, yeah. I think Cole could definitely shut the Indians down too. Don't get me wrong. I think Cole is also one of the best starting pitchers in the league. But I'm also looking at these bullpens here. If Cole only goes 6 innings and Bieber winds up going 7 or 8 innings, I mean, Bieber has backed up by a much better bullpen than the Yankees bullpen. The Yankees bullpen is mediocre. At best, the Yankees bullpen is mediocre. So if Cole gets touched for a couple runs, that could be game over.
Yeah, the Yankees bullpen, just like the Jays bullpen, fell apart there late in the year, and they got back a little bit in the end. Ended up allowing 32 home runs, 232 average against. I copied and pasted that question, Gokster. I will ask Ant when we move on past this. Dan Kelly says you are aware that the Indians hit like my 64-year-old sister.
I am aware that the Indians have had a bad year offensively. They've looked better toward the end of the season. Still in a below-average offense, even toward the end of the season. But the Indians they still have high upside pieces in that offense. They still have Lindor. They still have Ramirez. So it's like the Indians are one of those teams where it's like they got a bad offense, but you've seen them be good before. It's not like the Pirates where they have a bad offense and you just know they suck. Like, the Indians have the potential to be a really good offense here, but you're also looking at it too. You have the best starting pitcher in baseball and the best bullpen in baseball, and you're getting a pick'em price.
Speaking of Jose Ramirez, last 11 hits have gone for extra bases, 7 doubles, 4 homers, hitting .442 over his past 12 games. The Yankees closed the year 6 losses in 8 games. They are healthier. That's about all you can say. Going back to Bieber, First pitching triple crown since Yohan Santana in 2006. First Cleveland pitcher to accomplish that since Bob Feller, 1940. I'm very comfortable with my Indians over first 5 over 3. If I had a free bet, I would take the Indians, but I like what I'm getting here on the first 5 over 3. MMA Locker Room says Bieber over 8.5 Ks. Bet yo lunch money. Bet yo lunch money. Talk Sports and JT says Bieber gets touched. Yanks can run away with this game. Yeah, but I mean, the bullpen is very strong over there with the Indians. 3.53 ERA, 1.16 WHIP. And Cashman19 says you are also going against the best pitcher in baseball last 3 years who has a playoff experience against a team that hasn't hit. Let's talk about that playoff experience. Last year's postseason, Garrett Cole, 4-1, 1.72 ERA, 0.87 WHIP. 4 career starts against Cleveland, 2-1, 2.79 ERA.
My favorite postseason start from Cole was when Schwarber hit the ball 750,000 feet into the river. So, no, the thing is, like, I love Garrett Cole. I think he's one of the best pitchers in the league. But you also got to look at this too. Bieber's been better this year, period. In every aspect of the game, Bieber's been run away the best starting pitcher in the league, and Bieber's backed up by a substantially better bullpen. It's not like the Indians' bullpen is just marginally better than the Yankees. The Indians' bullpen is substantially better than the Yankees' bullpen. That's like not even a question. So, taking a substantially better bullpen along with the best starting pitcher in the league at a coin flip price against a team that is almost never at value, because you never have line value betting the Yankees. That's just kind of a fact. If you bet the Yankees money line every game, I mean, okay. But you never really have that much line value betting the Yankees. They're the most public team in all of North American sports, to be honest with you. They're probably more public than the Cowboys, for Christ's sakes. So you never really have line value with the Yankees. I mean, do the Yankees win this game? Yeah, they could. I think the Yankees probably win this game 45% of the time, but I only need the Indians to win the game, 55% of the time to make a lot of money betting -105. So there you go.
Yeah, no, I get it. I have no, it's a tight one. As you said, the edge that you have is small, but there.
Yeah, a lot of people just kind of like give things into context here. I'm talking about betting 2, 3, 4, 5% edges here. None of this is really a prediction. I'm not predicting Indians to win. I have the Indians projected to win about 55% of the time, and I'm getting a line that reflects a 51% of the time win probability. I mean, that's what you're betting into here. You're not like, well, I think this team's. I mean, otherwise, if you bet who you thought was going to win, you never take a +250 dog. I bet plenty of +250 dogs. Not one time I've ever said, boy, I think this +250 dog actually is going to win the game. It's just you bet them enough when they should be +200, you turn a profit. You're betting numbers here. You're breaking down the game, you're breaking down the statistics, and you're coming up with probabilities, and then you bet the number.
I like it.
One betting is everyone talks about predictions, and I just don't think that's the right way to look at it.
No, and Jin Rami talks about that, nonstop with us. It's important and very important to hear that.